St. Peter stood guard at the golden gate with a solemn mien and an air sedate. Went up to the top of the golden stairs. Maggie and Jiggs, both ascending there, applied for admission. They came and stood before St. Peter, so great and good, in hopes the city of peace to win, and asked St. Peter to let them in. Now, good St. Peter, they came and see. Now, good St. Peter, you can clearly see that the gates of heaven are open to me. No, Maggie was tall and dark and thin, with a scraggly beardlet on her chin, while Jiggs was low and thick and stout, and his stomach was built so that it rounded out. But all the while he wore a very kind and genial smile. The choir in the distance, the echoes woke, and Jiggs kept still, while Maggie spoke. "O thou who guardest the golden gate," said she, "we too have come beseeching thee to enter the heavenly land and play our harps with the angel band." Now, good St. Peter, you can clearly see that the gates of heaven are open to me. I went to meetings 3 times a week, and almost always I'd rise and speak. I've told my neighbors, I've told them all about Adam and Eve and the primeval fall. I've marked their paths of duty clear, just laid out the plans of their whole career. So, good St. Peter, you can clearly see that the gates of heaven are open to me. But now, he swears and he smokes, and bad faults he's got. So I don't know whether he'll pass or not. He never would pray with an earnest vim, nor go to a revival, nor join in a hymn. And while I, the sins of my neighbors, bore, he gadded around with that anymore. And he made it a practice of staying out late, which is a habit that all women hate. But at last, when he did come home, my rolling pin went straight for his dome. I know him, St. Peter, I know him well. To escape from me, he would go to hell. But I so much need him here, I hope you'll see my way clear. On earth I bore a heavy cross, so give me in heaven still Jiggs to boss. I brought my rolling pin, plates, and jars to keep in dodging among the stars. And say, St. Peter, it seems to me that this gate isn't kept as it ought to be. You ought to stand up by that opening there and never sit down in that easy chair. And although my sight is dim, I don't like the way your whiskers are trimmed. They're cut too wide with an outward toss. They'd look better if they were narrow and straight across. St. Peter sat quietly and stroked his staff, but in spite of his office, he had to laugh. Then he said with a fiery gleam in his eye, "Who's tending this gate, Maggie, you or I?" Then he rose in his stature tall, pressed a button upon the wall, and said to the imp that answered the bell, "Escort this female around to hell." Slowly Jiggs, by habit bent, turned to follow wherever Maggie went. And Jiggs, St. Peter standing on duty there, saw the top of his head was bare. So he called the old boy back and said, "Jiggs, how long hast thou been wed?" 30 years, he said with a sad and weary sigh. Then he thoughtfully added, "Why? 30 years with that woman there? No wonder the man hasn't any hair. 30 years with that tongue so sharp? Ho, Angel Gabriel, bring him a harp, a jeweled harp with a golden string. Good sir, pass right in where the angels sing. Call up some angels to play their best, for Jiggs has surely earned a rest." It isn't just the thing to do to roast a man on earth and in the future too. So they gave him a cushion up near the throne, a golden robe and a pair of wings, a bright harp and with glittering strings. And Jiggs, looking down from his high level, thought of Maggie and felt sorry for the devil.
Yay!